Your worth was something that was unique because it was given to you by God. And they knew that these inalienable rights that we had came from that Creator, that if you worked real hard in this country, you could get somewhere. And if that doesn't mean anything anymore, then our founding fathers were wrong. I don't believe so. I think they were right.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
That America is listening. Not just Democrats, but Republicans and independents who've lost trust in their government, but want to believe again. I am in this race to tell the corporate lobbyists that their days of setting the agenda in Washington are over. I have done more than any other candidate in this race to take on the lobbyists, and I have won. They have not funded my campaign, and they will not drown out the voices of the American people when I am president. I'm in this race to take those tax breaks away from companies that are moving jobs overseas and put them in the pockets of hardworking Americans who deserve it. I want to stop talking about the outrage of 47 million Americans without health care and start actually doing something about it. That's why I'm running Iowa. Your future is our future, and our moment is now.
I'm Fred Thompson, and I approve this message.
The Wall Street Journal says Fred Thompson's tax cut plan leads the GOP field. A leading economic group calls it a plan conservatives can rally around. The Conservative National Review says only Thompson has outlined specific conservative policies on immigration. Investors Daily says Thompson's national security plan features a Reagan-esque rebuilding of our military. And the National Right to Life Committee endorsed him because they know he can win. Fred Thompson, the clear conservative choice.
The Channel 13 news team is busy working on a number of stories for later tonight. And let's head over to John Bachman for a preview. John?
Hi, Sonia. Stories tonight you don't want to miss. First coming up at 6.
Well, it is true that I don't take questions at every stop because I spend a lot of time talking to people after my events.
We talked one-on-one with Hillary Clinton discussing some of the criticisms leveled at her. At 6, hear how she responds. And then coming up at 10, there's no rest for weary candidates and staff members this New Year's Eve. We're going to show you how the campaigns are ringing in the new year and continuing the caucus push. We'll have these stories, much more later tonight. Sonia, it's going to be a busy night for all these politicos.
It's going to be a busy week.
It is. Yeah, we're
busy.
All going to be a little exhausted, I think, at the end of this.
By Friday. All right. Thanks, John.
Yep.
Well, before we go tonight, a little bit of football, or as we say in the U.S., soccer. In Nepal, they not only have a different name for the game, they have different players, elephants to be exact. This is the 4th year for the annual match between teams of baby elephants. The final score was 2-0, and the winning team took home a trophy, of course, shaped like an elephant. The game is part of Elephant Extravaganza, designed to boost tourism. A different way of looking at soccer. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We want to see you back here at 6 o'clock. Until then, we leave you with a live picture from Imagine Eve at Hy-Vee Hall. Have a very happy New Year.
On the newscast tonight, countdown on the last day of 2007, the candidates scramble for last-minute support in Iowa as a billionaire mayor drops new hints about getting in. Cover up, a new video of the Bhutto assassination raises troubling questions about Pakistan's official story. Zoo review, the deadly Christmas Day tiger attack prompts a hard look at the San Francisco Zoo's history. And saying goodbye to some of the famous names that left the world stage in 2007. Nightly News starts now.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
Good evening. Brian is off tonight. I'm Lester Holt. In a few hours, America will welcome a new year, and it will be quickly followed by the end of what seems like the longest build-up to a presidential primary season in recent memory. Iowa voters who all year have been knee-deep in presidential hopefuls, pollsters, and reporters will finally have their say when they sit down to pick their candidates on Thursday. And that leaves 2 more full days before the candidates try to break through in a race that between Democrats and Republicans features no fewer than 5 frontrunners, meaning the next sound you are likely to hear will be that of the stops being pulled out. Let's begin in Des Moines with NBC's Lee Cowan. Lee, good evening.
Good evening, Lester. You know, at this point in the campaign, really, the safe bet is just to stay on message, don't make any headlines, just get through Thursday. But if that was Mike Huckabee's strategy today, he seemed a bit off point. Mike Huckabee gave the visual cue to the way most campaigns are feeling these days here, that it's an all-out race to Thursday's finish line. But he confounded reporters when he announced that he would help clean up this race by not airing a recently taped negative ad against Mitt Romney.
But it's got to start somewhere, and so it might as well start here, and might as well start with me.
That all sounded pretty good, but he showed the media the very ad he promised to hold.
Romney's record?
Yes.
Over $700 million in new taxes.
He has benefited from being the non-politician in this field. Today's press conference made him very much look like a regular politician.
Mitt Romney called it all puzzling and confusing. His campaign called it a meltdown.
And I know how to win.
It was a moment that stood out on what otherwise would have been a same speech, different crowd kind of day. Most campaigns are focused on sealing the deal with undecided voters.
John Edwards' campaign.
And getting them out to caucus.
And of course, I'm going to want to encourage them to support Barack.
Barack Obama boasts the largest and most technically advanced get out the vote of any candidate, a key most agree to winning here. But Rudolph Giuliani has placed his bets elsewhere. His campaign is focused virtually all its attention on bypassing the early states in favor of a big delegate count later, like in Florida. But that's a risk.
This year, this process is so front-loaded, so much is going to happen in the next month, that I think candidates who did not take Iowa seriously may feel that they did so at their peril.
Now, it's not, Lester, that the other campaigns aren't worried about those big primaries coming up in February. They are. In fact, they're all hoping that they can come out of these early states with a big lead going into those primaries. But the fact is, Lester, things are so tight that there is a very real possibility that those candidates could go into those big primaries just as tight as they are now.
Lee Cowan. Lee, thanks. And while the entire political universe is revolving around Iowa tonight, back here in New York, there's a fresh round of speculation that this city's billionaire mayor may be getting ready to mount an independent run for the White House. Here's NBC's Mike Taibbi.
New York's two-term mayor spent the morning signing quality-of-life bills while getting a few laughs.
Getting tough on public lewdness is a great way to kick off a presidential campaign, first of all.
Are you running?
But the idea of a Bloomberg candidacy is no joke, especially to those who say the two-party system is broken and needs to be replaced.
The two parties barely talk to each other in Washington, much less find common ground for successful and sustainable change.
Bloomberg was a longtime Democrat turned Republican mayor turned independent, who's kept company with others with an independent streak, from Senators Joe Lieberman and Barack Obama to Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We're here not to represent parties. We're here to represent the people.
Bloomberg says he's only going to Oklahoma to meet with others who object to what he calls Washington's hyper-partisanship, a group including former Democratic Senator Sam Nunn and David Boren, and Republican stalwarts Senator Chuck Hagel and former New Jersey Governor Christy Whitman. Whitman says she believes Bloomberg won't run if he can't win, that he won't just be a spoiler. But Bloomberg has a new political website, has placed political ads in some early primary states, and Time Magazine's Joe Klein says you never know.
And so I think when Mike Bloomberg looks at all these other people and then he looks in the mirror in the morning, he says, I'm better than those guys.
It's a long shot for sure. Ross Perot in '92 won 19 million votes, but not one state's electoral votes, 0.
But being the popular mayor of New York doesn't count for everything in those parts of the country that are not New York.
But aides to the mayor have been quoted as saying that sometime in April, in time to start spending the hundreds of his own millions it'll take to even get on the ballot in all 50 states, he'll decide whether he's in or out. Mike Taibbi, NBC News, New York.
The latest reading from this country's troubled housing market. Existing home sales is not as bad as the news we got about new home sales last week. Sales edged up a bit, 0.4% last month. But the picture is darker compared to last year. Sales were down 20% year over year, with prices falling 3.3% nationwide. Let's turn to Pakistan now and the latest on the controversy surrounding Benazir Bhutto's assassination. A new video has surfaced of Thursday's attack that appears to contradict the government's account of how she died. Also in question tonight, whether elections set for January 8th will take place as scheduled. NBC's Ned Colt has our report from Islamabad.
The video is shot from behind Benazir Bhutto's car. There's a crowd, but no sign of a government security detail to push people back. The tape shows a clean-cut man in sunglasses firing a handgun at Bhutto, and her head and scarf then apparently jerking with the impact of bullets, followed by a suicide bomber's explosion. No one denies that a gunman fired at Bhutto and that a suicide bomber then detonated an explosive. But the hospital medical report says simply the cause of death was a wound, an open head injury with depressed skull fracture. Initially, the government said she died of bullet wounds, then on Friday changed its story to say it was the force of the bomb blast that slammed her head into the edge of her armored car's sunroof. Bhutto's supporters say the changing story and the video raise questions about government deception. Bhutto's husband ruled out an autopsy.
You've got a doctor who's seen her dead, who's seen the wound, who tried to save her. So all that is evidence. You don't need another autopsy.
Which means the cause of death may never be definite.
This all seems rather bizarre. It seems rather clumsy and ham-handed, and unfortunately it raises many more questions than it answers.
On the election front, more turmoil. The National Election Commission has delayed until tomorrow a decision on whether to go ahead with key parliamentary elections, now scheduled for a week from Tuesday. With 9 of the commission's offices burned down in weekend rioting and security fears still a major issue, the government of Bhutto's rival, President Pervez Musharraf, is considering delaying the vote by weeks or months. But Bhutto's party, now officially led by her 19-year-old college student son, but controlled by her husband, is demanding elections take place as scheduled. They're counting on a massive sympathy vote. The threat, if there's a delay...
Chaos on the streets. Absolute chaos on the streets again, and we cannot take any more chaos.
With this country at such a dangerous crossroads, stability is the thing that most Pakistanis and the U.S. crave. Lester?
Ned Holt in Islamabad, thank you. Tonight, an island of stability in volatile East Africa is being torn apart in the wake of a disputed presidential election. As NBC's Martin Fletcher reports, the riots now rocking Kenya show no signs of subsiding.
Another of America's key allies in the war against terror faces chaos today. Kenya. Tens of thousands took to the streets to accuse President Mwai Kibaki of stealing Thursday's election. The result, chaos. At least 185 people killed as protests spread across the country. Police told reporters they had orders to shoot to kill. We will keep fighting, said the opposition leader Raila Odinga, who believes he should now be president of Kenya.
Democracy is expensive, and we are prepared to pay the ultimate price to liberate this country from the shackles of a cabal of dictators.
The tension is fueled by tribal rivalries. President Kibaki, beginning his second term, belongs to the largest tribe, the Kikuyu. The opposition leader to the next biggest, the Luo. They've long accused the Kikuyu of monopolizing political power. They're looting each other's shops and businesses. Thousands tried to break out of Nairobi's crowded slums, but were beaten back by water cannons and tear gas. The opposition claims of a rigged and stolen election were given careful support by the American ambassador.
There seemed to be tampering with some of the vote tabulation reporting forms.
President Kibaki called for reconciliation and peace after yesterday's swearing-in ceremony. Instead, the opposition has called for a rally of 1 million people in the capital on Thursday. A bad week for democracy in Africa. Martin Fletcher, NBC News.
When Nightly News continues on this New Year's Eve, the booming business of higher education online. But let the student beware, not all cyber universities are created equal. And later, a look back at some of the notable names and faces of those who died in 2007. First, a look at how Australia ushered in the new year with a spectacular show at the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
There's a place called Hidden Valley, where kids not only eat their vegetables, they can't get enough. Hidden Valley Ranch makes vegetables delectable.
I run to make my heart 1 mile stronger.
I swim to make my heart 1 lap stronger.
1 weekend with these guys stronger. 1 wheel pose.
1 power walk. 1 brutal uphill climb. Stronger. 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 And I eat Kellogg's Smart Start to help make my heart 1 bowl stronger.
1 bowl full of antioxidants with a little kiss of honey stronger.
1 bowl stronger.
Kellogg's Smart Start. 1 bowl stronger. Feeling that big cold all over your body? Immerse yourself in total cold relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Liquid medicine that speeds relief to every inch of you. For big relief, fast. Alka-Seltzer Plus liquidates your big cold all over. Also available in liquid gel and liquid. And now break free from chest congestion and coughing with new Alka-Seltzer Plus mucus and congestion. Don't let painful arthritis flare-ups change the way you see things. Introducing new ThermaCare arthritis heat wraps. Use one at the first sign of a flare-up and get 12 hours of heat for relief that lasts all day. New ThermaCare arthritis heat wraps, available for hand, knee, neck, and shoulder. The Arthritis Foundation can also help you stay active. Call or visit their website to learn more.
2007, the year of voices.
I accept this gavel.
My position is clear. I'm a commander. The year of faces.
This record is not tainted, period.
A planetary emergency. The year of places.
The firestorm in Southern California.
2007, the year of NBC News. America's news leader.
Keith crowns one unlucky winner as
worst person in the world.
With fiends like these, who needs frenemies? Countdown with Keith Olbermann, MSNBC weeknights.
NBC News in depth tonight. Online education. Its popularity is soaring, creating a $6.2 billion industry. 35% of all higher education institutions now offer online degrees. But not all cyber degrees are created equal, as we hear from NBC's Rahima Ellis.
When Sean Anderson's bosses at Lockheed Martin told him an MBA would increase his chances for promotion, he got busy and found an online program from the University of Phoenix that fit his hectic schedule, including flexibility to study whenever he could and regular contact with professors by email or phone.
I travel a lot, so anywhere there's internet access, I could access school and I could really keep up.
Some 3.5 million Americans are in college online. That's almost 2 million more than 5 years ago. But as more and more working adults turn to online education as an option, experts say there's a problem. The number of phony online institutions is growing too. One study estimated several hundred counterfeit diploma websites generated about $500 million a year selling phony diplomas. Those diplomas are used throughout the business world and even became a problem for the federal government. A GAO investigation revealed that 463 federal employees got degrees from online diploma mills or other unaccredited schools, some at government expense. 257 worked for the Department of Defense, 12 for the Department of Homeland Security, 9 for NASA. As a result of that investigation, the government no longer accepts unaccredited online schools.
All the evidence points to degree mills as a growth industry, especially in relation to the growing demand for higher education.
And that makes some businesses cautious of online education.
We as employers have a bias and value the traditional campus-earned degree.
Still, online education is booming and gaining legitimacy.
Online education is not something that's going to go away. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to become more pervasive.
Sean Anderson agrees. With his online MBA, he got his promotion. Rahima Ellis, NBC News, New York.
This last day of 2007 finds Atlanta just shy of its driest year since records have been kept. A series of storms over the last 12 days pushed the city's total rainfall less than 1/10 of an inch over that 1954 record. A new study in the journal Neurology shows that individuals with restless leg syndrome are twice as likely to have a stroke or heart disease. Researchers at Harvard Medical School found the involuntary leg movements are associated with substantial increases in blood pressure and heart rate. A quick look at Wall Street now on this last trading day of 2007, a down day to round out the year across the board. And for the year, the Dow gained 6.4%, the Nasdaq was up 9.8%, and the S&P 500 finished with a gain of 3.5%. And when we come back, tough questions about the management of San Francisco Zoo after the deadly Christmas Day tiger attack. First, a look at how they rang in 2008 in Beijing.
Well, that's it. I just took my osteoporosis medicine, and now I'm set for the whole month because I take Boniva. Just one pill a month builds strong, healthy bones to help prevent fractures. And it's working for me. My test results prove my bones have gotten stronger. Studies show after 1 year on Boniva, 9 out of 10 women had better bone density. Unlike treatments you have to take every week, you only need Boniva once a month. So it makes my bones stronger on my schedule.
You should not take Boniva if you have low blood calcium, severe kidney disease, or cannot sit or stand for at least 60 minutes. Follow dosing instructions carefully. Stop taking Boniva and tell your doctor if you experience difficult or painful swallowing, chest pain, or severe or continuing heartburn, as these may be signs of serious upper digestive problems.
I've got this one body and this one life, so I'm glad this one pill is making my bones strong.
Ask your doctor if Boniva is right for you. And for a free trial offer, call 1-800-4-BONIVA. There's only one.
Morning, kids.
Aw, pancakes.
I knew you'd be happy.
Bisquick Shake and Pour. Just add water, shake, and pour. Bisquick Shake and Pour. Shake, pour, make.
How would you like to win $5,000 from Publishers Clearinghouse every single week for the rest of your life?
You're lying.
Enter at PCH.com or by mail, and you could win for life.
Fidelity is America's #1 IRA choice. It's because we give you free investment help. We don't charge IRA account fees. And we have more 4- and 5-star funds than any other company, all with no loads. Get your Fidelity IRA today. Come in or call 1-800-FIDELITY.
For fast heartburn relief, Sarah and Amy do things very differently. Amy chews just one Pepcid Complete. Sarah chews a few Tums. And when heartburn returns, a few more. But Amy's one Pepcid Complete starts to neutralize acid in seconds and keeps working all night. So while Sarah may have to take Tums again, Amy puts her heartburn to rest with Pepcid Complete. Chew one and heartburn's done.
Today, we'll be live in Iowa for the caucuses as the presidential candidates face their first true test. This week on Today on NBC.
Closed captioning by Aleve D Sinus and Cold. The Aleve stops the pain. The D stops sinus pressure and congestion. Be clear and strong all day long.
In San Francisco, the zoo where a tiger escaped from its enclosure and killed a teenager and left 2 other people hurt Christmas Day is set to reopen on Thursday. But there are more questions tonight about the zoo's recent track record. Here's NBC's George Lewis.
Zoo officials have stopped commenting on the attack, saying only that when the zoo reopens Thursday, the big cat enclosure will remain closed indefinitely.
We've got a number of unanswered questions, and until we can answer all those questions, it's too soon to say to you, to say to the public that the zoo is safe.
The 2 brothers who survived the attack and initially refused to cooperate with police had nothing to say as they were released from the hospital over the weekend. This, as the friends and family of 17-year-old Carlos Souza, who died from the mauling, gathered for a candlelight vigil and heard from the victim's father, Carlos Sr.
Thank you.
This attack is the latest in a long list of incidents for the San Francisco Zoo. 3 of the zoo's 4 elephants have died since March of 2004. A hippopotamus died in May after a move that some zoo employees said was bungled. A year ago, the zoo failed to warn visitors that some parakeets carried a contagious bird disease that can be passed on to family pets. The executive vice president of the Humane Society of the United States says that one problem is poor enforcement of federal regulations regarding zoos.
You have the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which enforces the Animal Welfare Act and only has a few dozen inspectors to deal with thousands of zoos and circuses.
Now, the San Francisco Zoo will start the new year facing potential lawsuits and a host of other problems. George Lewis, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Sarah Jane Moore, who fired a shot at President Gerald Ford in 1975, was released from prison today. Moore, who is now 77 years old, spent 32 years of a life sentence behind bars. She tried to shoot President Ford in San Francisco 2 weeks after an attempt on his life by a member of the Manson family in nearby Sacramento. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment with a look back at some of those who left us in 2007. But first, New Year's Eve in Moscow's Red Square.
Did you have some of this holiday treat?
Yep.
And this?
Yes, I did. And it wasn't a holiday for my digestive system. Irregularity, bloating.
Start the year with this.
Activia?
Works for me.
Make your resolution the Activia Challenge. With the natural culture Bifidus regularis, eating Activia every day is clinically proven to help regulate your digestive system in 2 weeks.
I love this resolution.
The Activia Challenge. It works or it's free.
B-A. Wow, that was some cough. Hey, can you spell control? You need Delsym. D-E-L-S-Y-M, Delsym. Yeah, we're all suffering here.
That's why there's new Grape Children's Delsym, the only liquid that controls cough for a full 12 hours. That's 12 hours all day or all night. With Delsym, your child will feel better, and so will everyone around him.
The winner is Delsym. D-E-L-S-Y-M. Turn off the cough with Delsym.
If you have a history of smoking and breathing problems, it could be COPD, which includes chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both. Discover Spiriva, the only once-daily inhaled maintenance prescription that treats both forms of COPD. Spiriva significantly improves lung function to help you breathe better for a full 24 hours, and it's not a steroid. Spiriva is not a rescue inhaler. Tell your doctor about your medicines, even eye drops, and illnesses like glaucoma and urinary or prostate problems. These may worsen with Spiriva. The most common side effect is dry mouth. Others include constipation and problems passing urine. In the event your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes, or eye pain, stop taking Spiriva and call your doctor. Spiriva is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor. So make a habit of breathing better with Spiriva.
Harry is a scratcher who keeps getting scratched. Harry, you need the clear solution to a healthier scalp. Maximum Strength Scalpicin with vitamin E. Not a shampoo. Scalpicin works fast to stop unhealthy scratching that can cause scalp damage with the itch medicine dermatologists recommend. Ah, the all-day confidence of a healthy, itch-free scalp. Maximum Strength Scalpicin, the clear solution to a healthier scalp.
The Iowa caucuses are just around the corner.
And there's just one station and one network to trust for the whole story, the big interviews and in-depth coverage.
Channel 13 and NBC News.
Together, you will see the difference.
Justin and the Metro line.
No more waiting for the whole list.
Only on Channel 13 News.
Despite a recent drop in violence across Iraq, 2007 has proved to be the deadliest of the war for American troops in that country and in Afghanistan. 899 American servicemen and women were killed in Iraq, while 110 died on duty in Afghanistan. And tonight, as the year ends, we take some time to remember others no longer with us.
When I look back on my life, I would rather say I shouldn't have done that rather than I should have done that.
Almost everyone agrees that we have reached an environmental crisis.
I feel very, very emotional coming back to my country.
I feel saving Pakistan by saving democracy is worth putting my life on the line.
When you write a book, you try to create a spell
and you either succeed or you don't.
If ever I would leave you, how could it be in springtime?
Mr. Nixon very kindly waived any idea of what my questions might be, and I appreciate that, sir.
That's always my rule. I know it won't do any good to impose any rules, so you just go ahead.
One that says, have you ever been to Walla Walla? No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
It was the nearest thing to heaven. You were there.
Astronaut Walter Schirra reports all systems are go.
Good morning, everyone. It's now tomorrow here on NBC. Would you please welcome my first guest tonight, America's foremost daredevil, in fact, the world's foremost daredevil, Mr. Evil Knievel. Evil?
I'm going to stick my neck out as far as I can and have a ball and let her roll.
The old hometown looks the same as I step down from the train.
Hot one! All right, good. Let's go. Try it again.
And it's intercepted by Sean Taylor.
Gone but not forgotten. That's our broadcast for this Monday night and for this year. Thank you for being with us. I'm Lester Holt. Brian Williams will be back here tomorrow evening. For all of us at NBC News, thank you for watching and have a safe and wonderful new year. Good night.
NBC News, #1 in the morning, #1 in the evening, #1 on Sundays. NBC News, America's news leader.
January 1st,
What do we got?
We're back.
It was the perfect crime.
And we're all new. We're SVU.
You love him so much that you were willing to kill to get him.
And NBC is the only place for all new episodes.
Guy's a Charles Manson wannabe.
All new SVU, Tuesday on NBC.
6 hours until the new year and the party's already underway. We'll take you live to Imagine Eve.
And candidates are eliminating excuses for missing the Iowa caucuses. See what they'll do to get you to cast a vote.
I mean, I'm responsible for the
And an about-face for the Huckabee campaign, a television ad pulled just hours before it was set to air.
From WHO TV, this is Channel 13 News at 6.
He granted 1,033 pardons and commutations, including 12 convicted murderers.
Mike Huckabee says he planned to go negative right back on TV against Mitt Romney, but then says he had a change of heart. Good evening, I'm John Bachman.
And I'm Sonia Height, Susan in for Aaron tonight. Huckabee's change of plans began a chaotic series of events over the noon hour that has the war of words continuing tonight.
Channel 13's Dave Price has the story. It's first on 13 tonight.
Well, you will remember that Romney led Huckabee in the polls for quite some time, but then earlier this month, Huckabee surged past Romney. Now they're neck and neck again. Huckabee says it's because Romney's gone negative, and so he almost went negative too. Almost.
And every time they pick up their phone, there's Mitt Romney calling one more time, telling them Mike Huckabee's a bum. At some point, you got to say, wait a minute, you know something? Let's just tell the truth here. You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free.
When we sat down with Mike Huckabee at 11 a.m. at a Clive hotel, he came right after Mitt Romney. But an hour later at a Des Moines hotel,
I ordered our staff to pull the ad.
Huckabee held a news conference to say that he had planned on showing a negative ad about Mitt Romney that would later air on TV. But 10 minutes before that scheduled start, he told reporters he changed his mind. Now, he did show reporters the ad anyway, or at least he tried.
So this will be your chance to see it, and then after that, it won't be seen again. So,
technical problems temporarily sidetracked this new plan. Huckabee says the ad will not air on TV because of a change of heart.
the tipping point was this morning, as I just realized that this is not how we've run our campaign in this state. We've run it positively. We've gotten here by being positive.
Are you saying that you don't think... Meantime, reporters talked all over themselves trying to get Huckabee to explain this change.
I'm responsible. I'm responsible for the direction that we were going. I'm responsible for the decision today to pull it. There's nobody else that should take responsibility for that. If anybody is going to get fired, it'll be me. If it completely, makes it so that he pulls away in a dramatic way, then I'll probably be the last guy to ever do this. But I'd like to be the first one to at least try.
Huckabee says that he will keep his ads here in Iowa positive through caucus night. However, he would not promise to stay positive in New Hampshire if he ends up losing to Mitt Romney here in Iowa.
Conventional wisdom is that negative ads, even though people don't like them, work, right?
And he acknowledged that. He said the pressure was that he should go negative because Romney's been going negative against him in his words. So his campaign staff was saying we need to do the same thing so we don't leave these attacks unresponded to, if you will. But he said at the last minute he decided he didn't want to go this way.
Okay, thanks very much, Dave.
The Romney campaign says Huckabee is simply trying to deflect attention from his own political history. Romney's Iowa press secretary Tim Albrecht tells us, quote, Mike Huckabee has turned from nice to very hot-tempered now that his record has been examined by voters. It's definitely a tough record for him to defend, end quote.
Campaigning also turned a little chaotic this morning outside Huckabee's headquarters.
What kind of Christianity we're talking about here? USA Christianity? Or Jesus Christianity?
What started as a peace protest ended with arrests. Police say 3 protesters refused to leave the Huckabee campaign offices. They were charged with trespassing.
On the Democratic side, Bill Richardson hopes to carry some of his policies from the New Mexico State House to the White House. Richardson says the first place to start is the budget.
We've been able to cut taxes for every New Mexican. We have a balanced budget. We have a $9 trillion debt. We got to deal with that for all the little kids that are not listening to my speech, seeing and hearing. You can't spend on their priorities unless we have an America that is fiscally responsible.
Potential Richardson voters packed the room today in Ames for the candidate's speech. The stop was the first of 6 scheduled for today. Richardson will end the day with a New Year's Eve party at 8 tonight at the Quality Inn and Suites in Des Moines.
From digging out of your driveway to babysitting your kids, some caucus campaigns want to make sure you don't have any excuses not to caucus. The Clinton campaign ordered hundreds of shovels in case a snowstorm hits the state and prevents folks from driving to their caucus sites. And if you don't have a ride, no worries. Most campaigns will find you a ride if you need one. The Clinton and Obama campaigns will even help you find a babysitter.
We want as many people as possible to participate, whether you're supporting Senator Obama or not. We certainly hope you will be supporting Senator Obama. But we really do want to encourage people to participate in this process. It's a very special thing. It's a unique opportunity for Iowans to really participate in history.
For information, just call the campaign you wish to support and ask if they offer assistance.
Well, with the kids taken care of and the cars shoveled out, all eyes will turn to the Polk County Convention Complex Thursday night. Today, workers continued transforming the Plex into Caucus Central. Caucus results will display on this massive monitor as they come in. The Plex will also be packed with thousands of members of the media from all around the world.
Starting tomorrow, a new law will make voting a little easier for Iowans. On January 1st, voters will be able to register to vote at their precinct on Election Day. Right now, voters who fail to register at least 10 days before a primary or general election aren't allowed to vote. Another law taking effect tomorrow will raise Iowa's minimum wage from the current $6.20 an hour to $7.25 an hour. While candidates count down to caucus day, most Iowans have another countdown in mind.
Where did 2007 go? That's
Just
what
like
I
that,
want to
wasn't
know. I know. We're less than 6 hours until 2008. Chief Meteorologist Ed Wilson joins us live from Hy-Vee Hall on the kid-friendly celebration Imagine Eve. Ed?
I'll tell you, this is the place to be. I'm here with about, 3,000 or 4,000 of my closest friends, and one of them is Melinda. Melinda, how are you tonight?
Good.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Now, you have a grandma that's not feeling very well. She's been sick for a long time. She's at home. What are you going to tell her?
Hi, Grandma.
Can you tell her a Happy New Year?
And have a Happy New Year.
All right. I'll tell you what, Grandma's watching tonight. Everybody's watching down here. This is the place to be. indoors where it's not so cold outside. We are going to see temperatures tonight. As we go through your New Year's Eve, we'll see those temperatures tumbling right into the teens as we go through the 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour into midnight. Those temperatures are going to combine with some gusty wind, and it's going to feel much, much colder out there. Now, Imagine Eve is free. Imagine that. And you come down here to Hy-Vee Hall. It'll be open until 8 o'clock tonight. We are proud sponsors of this, along with Guide One Insurance. This is a great tradition here. Alcohol-free, family-friendly, and there are fireworks, if you can stand the temperatures, at around 8:10 tonight. It is going to be an early evening for some of these folks, but a lot of fun here. We'll make sure that Grandma gets a good forecast coming up here in a bit, okay? All right. We'll see you guys a little bit later. I'll be back with your 7 in a minute.
Okay, thanks, Ed.
You bet.
You know, this is probably a very difficult day for a lot of sports fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Count them, 3 bowl games kicked off while you were earning a paycheck. 2 games ended with upsets. We'll have your highlights coming up in sports.
And is Hillary Clinton dodging the questions in the final days of the campaign? She sits down with us to explain right after the break.
And now the Iowa Health Des Moines Medical Minute. Sleep apnea is a disorder that affects more than 18 million Americans. Apnea, a forced cessation of breathing, is due to a blockage of the airway and can happen hundreds of times a night.
Well, obstructive sleep apnea can cause permanent bodily harm and prevent people from getting the positive effects of sleep. The genioglossus advancement is a new technique designed to open the upper breathing passageways of patients' throats.
When someone is awake, the muscles in the upper part of the throat allow air to flow into the lungs. These muscles usually relax during sleep, but still permit sufficient airflow. Some individuals have a narrower passage, and during sleep, relaxation of these muscles causes the passage to close wholly or partially. The new genioglossus surgery involves tightening the front tendon of the tongue, reducing the frequency of one's tongue blocking airflow to the lungs.
I'd highly recommend this procedure to anybody that's not had satisfactory results with other treatment methods for obstructive sleep apnea.
For more information on obstructive sleep apnea, visit WHOTV.com and click on the Iowa Health Des Moines Medical Minute.
Closed captioning of Channel 13 News is brought to you by the Iowa Clinic.
Erectile dysfunction affects the lives of millions of American men and their partners. If you need to see a specialist, choose a board-certified urologist from the Iowa Clinic.
Get to your Jeep dealer and get a great deal during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Jeep vehicles like Grand Cherokee.
Plus, make no payments till summer on all Jeep vehicles, including the new all Jeep Liberty.
And the fuel-efficient 28 miles per gallon Jeep Patriot.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, the Jeep Lifetime Powertrain Warranty.
Blaze a trail to your Jeep dealer today, because the event of a lifetime ends in 2 days.
From WHO TV, John Bachman, Aaron Kiernan, meteorologist Ed Wilson, and Keith Murphy Sports. You're watching Channel 13 News at 6.
She's made hundreds of campaign stops and asked thousands of Iowans for their support, but will it be enough on January 3rd? For months, Hillary Clinton has been leading or battling at the top of the polls here in Iowa.
And a caucus night win could come down to just a few hundred votes. And as Channel 13's Dave Price reports, Clinton wants to make sure those key votes are for her.
When you lead these big crowds and you think about how close this could be on caucus night, does it go through your mind, man, I wish I would have shaken her hand, his hand, whatever? I mean, do you
I think
like
I've
that?
shaken as many hands as I could. I mean, I'm always, looking to make sure I get one more hand in. I think that I feel like people are coming into this process to support me. I really do. I think there are thousands of new caucus goers. They've never done it before. We have that as one of our biggest opportunities, and we take it very seriously. So for people who've never caucused, I have people who've never registered to vote before who want to be there for me. So we're just doing everything we can, both I personally and everybody representing me, to encourage people, lay their concerns, kind of explain the process to them, help them get there if they need a ride. So we're doing all that we can humanly think up to do.
You know, people are looking through your background, they look at, you said this word here, this word here. What do you think, as you sit here looking back at this campaign, what is the most unfair thing, do you think, that's come out of this whole process so far?
You know, I really try not to think that way, because that is a self-defeating mindset. You know, life isn't fair. Why should politics be fair for so many people around the world? And I just feel blessed that I have so many opportunities to do what I love doing, which is trying to help people, trying to make a difference, bring about change. So, you know, I don't have any control over the press or the commentators or anybody else. I just get up every day and try to do the best job I can.
Some has been said in the last week criticizing that you don't always take questions during your stops from people in the audience. You don't always meet with the media as much as others. Is that fair or unfair?
Well, it is true that I don't take questions at every stop, because I spend a lot of time talking to people after my events. I take all the photos I can take, shake all the hands I can shake, sign all the autographs I can sign. And it's just a question of time. You know, some of the other candidates are in, take a few questions, shake a few hands, out. I really want to give as much personal attention to the people who come to see me. So I've taken to asking the crowd. I say, well, you want to ask some questions, or do you want to use time coming and asking me personally things and meeting me? And they all want to come and meet me personally. So it's a balance. I mean, I took questions for, you know, the first 10 months of this campaign, and now I'm trying to meet as many people and really hear from them.
Clinton hopes to hear from people tonight. She's hosting what she calls a New Year, New Beginnings party at Capitol Square in Des Moines. The event begins at 9 o'clock.
Once the caucuses are complete, the next rush will take place at the airport. Airport officials are expecting to be overrun with media, campaign workers, and candidate supporters on January 4th and 5th. The airport expects 50% more people than a typical day, and more than 2,000 rental cars are scheduled to be returned. Airport officials say the best advice is to arrive early and be patient. And you know, there are a lot of people who probably planned their holidays well in advance of when we moved the caucuses back to January 3rd. And they just got caught by accident.
Yes,
Either
yes.
flying out or in on the 4th or 5th, and you got to feel sorry for them.
I know. It's bad enough going to the airport sometimes and
I know.
have all that media and everybody else rushing out. Well, Ed is at Imagine Eve tonight, someplace nice place to be tonight.
It is an awesome place to be. It is not cold inside. It is hot. Take a look at these kiddos. You guys having a good time? Who are you going to say hi to? And what are you going to say? You're going to say, Happy New Year. Man, it takes a little prompting sometime. It is cold outside, but I'll tell you what, caucus night is going to be fabulous. A little preview of that caucus forecast. We're going to see temperatures back to the 20s. Hooray. A lot of sunshine coming up as well. 7 to 8 will keep you chilly in the next 24.
A tax battle is raging in Washington. To stop massive tax hikes, conservatives have to be united. But listen to Mike Huckabee when he was Arkansas governor.
Tax at the wholesale level for tobacco. Surcharge on the income tax. That's acceptable. A sales tax. That's fine. Any combination of those various ideas, then you will have nothing but my profound thanks.
Clubforgrowth.net is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hi, I'm Kari Smith with Schaefer's, one of Iowa's premier bridal and formal wear retailers.
If you're planning a special event in the future and are searching for that once-in-a-lifetime gown, unique formal wear that your bridal party wants to wear, or the very important finishing touches, we invite you to Schaefer's. Whether your event is a black tie affair or an intimate ceremony on a destination beach, our trained and experienced staff are committed to making your planning process as enjoyable and memorable as the event itself.
Come see us. I think you'll be as pleased as I am.
When it comes to celebrating, nobody does it like Papa Murphy's Pizza. And to help you celebrate New Year's, get a pizza party pack. 4 large pepperoni pizzas made with fresh dough, loaded with pepperoni and 100% real cheese for just $21.95. Offer good for a limited time only. After all, nobody knows how to celebrate like Papa Murphy's. Handmade, home-baked. That's Papa Murphy's. We can do that.
I'm Fred Thompson, and I approve this message.
The Wall Street Journal says Fred Thompson's tax cut plan leads the GOP field. A leading economic group calls it a plan conservatives can rally around. The Conservative National Review says only Thompson has outlined specific conservative policies on immigration. Investors Daily says Thompson's national security plan features a Reagan-esque rebuilding of our military. And the National Right to Life Committee endorsed him because they know he can win. Fred Thompson, the clear conservative choice.
One presidential candidate is running for more than just the presidency. In April, Mike Huckabee will take part in the Boston Marathon. This morning, he got in a little bit of training at Grays Lake, did a few miles there, and boy, he had to really dress for that because it was chilly this morning.
Well, and that running was critical in his losing so much weight.
Yeah, he's done at least, I think, 2 or 3 marathons
I believe
already.
he has. Still a little time left for Imagine Eve. It goes till a little bit after 8 o'clock. So, Ed, people can still come down there, right?
Hey, it's free. You kidding me? You get inside, it's free. You don't even have to pay to park. This is great. Over here, you see some of the inflatables that are here, these bouncy slides, houses. They got the crew here to make sure everybody gets safely on, and a lot of nervous parents sometimes making sure that everybody gets safely off. Look at this. Is this a tough climb? Keep going, baby. Keep going. Oh, I love it. The determination is there. Tonight we have cold temperatures outside, so stay indoors, stay warm. In fact, throughout the next 24 hours, we're going to see the coldest temperatures of the season so far. Right now, temperatures back down into the teens. We've had a little bit of light snow in the last hour in southeastern Iowa, but much heavier snow has fallen throughout the day. In fact, right now downtown, we're still seeing the teens. It was 20 degrees just last hour, but temperatures are quickly dropping, and you will find that the case as we go through the overnight tonight. Snow totals today, around 6 inches to 3.5, 4 inches, right down into the south central portion of the state, Davis County, picking up a lot of snow today. And again, that snow's going to be blowing around later tonight. One feature you'll see on our weather map tonight through tomorrow, it's going to hold true, I'm afraid, cold, cold air. Daytime highs are really not going to move too far off of our overnight lows tonight. That cold air locks in right over the upper Midwest. I'll tell you what, you talk to some of the caucus folks that are covering the caucus that are used to like Miami weather, that'll make you shiver. Tonight we are going to see those temperatures back into the single digits. It's going to be windy on this New Year's Eve. So please, if you're out and about, make sure you have the safety kit with you. Make sure that you're not too far away from home. That's for sure. Tomorrow, daytime highs, again, only in the single digits. We are going to see that wind kicking in here. That's not somebody shooting at the weatherman, thankfully. And the 7-day forecast is going to keep us cold throughout tomorrow, a little bit warmer on Wednesday. Highs back into the teens, but much better weather for caucus day on Thursday, back up into the 20s. And look at the weekend. We'll see some 40s and even a chance for a few showers on Saturday into Sunday. That's going to be your weekend forecast. I have people that have come up to say hi to me. What's your name, honey?
Isis.
Isis. I love that name. That is cool. Are you having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
What have you done? What's the best thing?
The basketball.
The basketball. Are you going to be a basketball star someday?
I might.
You might, if it strikes you. You can be a weather person. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great job. Believe me, it's awesome. You get to do stuff like this. Imagine Eve's going to be open until 8 o'clock tonight. At 8:10, they will have the fireworks going on right outside. If you can brave the temperatures, the fireworks, I am told, are going to be awesome again this year. Say Happy New Year, everybody, okay?
Happy New Year, everybody.
All right.
Happy New Year to you, too.
I'll bet top of their list now is meeting Ed.
Yeah, exactly.
New top. College bowl season is starting to heat up. We're going to have scores and highlights from a handful of warm sites.
And the Drake Bulldogs prepare for a Missouri Valley powerhouse. It's all next in sports.
Get a great deal on the Dodge you want during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Dodge vehicles like the full-size Ram pickup.
Plus, make no payments till summer on all Dodge vehicles, including the all-new Grand Caravan.
And the fuel-efficient 30 miles per gallon Dodge Avenger.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, Dodge's lifetime powertrain warranty.
Get to your Dodge dealer today because the event of a lifetime ends in 2 days.
I'm John Edwards, and I approve this message. Here's the choice. Keep going the way we are, pretend the system works while corporate greed rules, insurance lobbyists kill health care, energy giants make billions from insane gas prices, and the middle class is squeezed to the breaking point. Or tell the truth. The status quo and good intentions aren't enough. We're not going to look our kids in the eye and say corporate greed stole your future. We're going to say America rose up, saved the middle class, gave you a better life, and it started right here in Iowa.
The price of dependence on foreign oil, healthcare in crisis, government run by corporate lobbyists. Isn't it time someone had a plan to take them on? The Edwards Plan. Ban and campaign cash from lobbyists. End tax breaks for big oil. Stop job-killing trade deals. Stand up to insurance companies for real health reform. Ask all the candidates for their plans to level the playing field. Paid for by Alliance for a New America, which is responsible for its content. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Make plans now to attend the 7th Annual Rally Against Cancer, January 26, featuring Bears legend Gail Sayers. For ticket information, visit WHOTV.com.
Get ready to celebrate. Because Jay's rushing back and Conan too for all new shows. What? Yep, Jay and Conan are back at all new January 2nd.
He defends our freedom, and his record shows it. Ron Paul. Answering our country's call, Ron Paul became a flight surgeon in the Air Force. As a doctor, Ron Paul delivered over 4,000 babies and is a leading defender of life. In Congress, Ron Paul never voted to raise taxes, never voted for an unbalanced budget, never voted to restrict gun rights or raise congressional pay. Protecting our God-given freedom. Ron Paul for president.
I'm Ron Paul, and I approve this message.
When it comes to school closings,
Channel 13 has you covered. Our Just In line displays closings instantly.
Metro schools on the second line.
And all schools at the bottom. No more waiting for the whole list.
And it's only on Channel 13 News. Imagine a New Year's Eve event.
About family fun, and it's free.
Join Channel 13 at Imagine Eve, 4 to 8 in Hy-Vee Hall.
Rides, games, clowns, and a huge fireworks finale. Visit WHOTV.com for details.
Yeah, the Drake basketball team was pretty good last year, but it's been a while since they've been really great.
Yeah, I think this year they have a chance to perhaps go to that next level. The Drake men's basketball team has had 9 coaches since Maury John's departure in 1971. 8 of them have had losing records. The only one that doesn't is coaching them right now. Keno Davis and the 10-1 Bulldogs are back on the practice floor after knocking off Wichita State on Saturday. Next up for Drake, a Wednesday night date at home against MVC powerhouse Southern Illinois. That team received all 39 preseason votes to win the conference.
I like that we've got a chance to win. You know, when you're talking about a unanimous first place versus 9th place, to be able to have an opportunity to win, that's all we ask all year.
You know, I can't wait. I'm pumped. Southern Illinois is a great team. They always have been, always will be. And so we know that they get after it. You know, they're known for their defense, and so we expect them to come be ready for us.
It's huge. You know, we haven't beat them since I've been here. And so it is really big for the seniors.
Still plenty of good seats available for Wednesday's 7:05 tip. If you can't make it to the Knapp Center, you can watch the game on Mediacom Channel 22. Not to be outdone, the Drake women's team has something to cheer about as well. Senior forward Jill Martin has been named MVC Player of the Week. She notched a double-double in yesterday's win over UC Davis with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Playing in front of 12,000 empty seats is hard. Not being able to play at all is even worse. Hawkeye freshman Jared Cole will miss the remainder of the season after tearing his ACL in Saturday's win over Southeastern Louisiana. The 6'7" forward played in all 13 games for the Hawks this season. He averaged 7 points and 4 rebounds a game. He's expected to undergo surgery later on this week. Cole's teammates open up Big Ten play without him on Wednesday at 8 against the 11th-rated Hoosiers. You can see the game on the Big Ten Network. Well, today would be your day, Hawkeye fans. Many of you right now will be holding a cold beverage in Arizona watching the Hawks and Cowboys lock horns in the Inside.com Bowl. That's if they would have beaten Western Michigan. Right now, it's Indiana playing in that bowl game, and they're getting beat by the guy that's 40. It's 7-3, Oklahoma State over Indiana in the Inside.com Bowl. Elsewhere, they're getting ready to kick off at the Chick-fil-A Bowl as number 15 Clemson takes on number 23 Auburn. Earlier today in El Paso, it's the Sun Bowl between two teams once holding that number 2 ranking. South Florida taking on Oregon in this one, and the Bulls got beat bad, but this was just too good of a play to pass up. Matt Grothe, nice pass to Tarez Johnson. Oregon wins big, however, 56-21. In the Armed Forces Bowl, it's Cal and Air Force. Falcons trailing by 1 in the 4th, and now they're trailing by more. Cal's Justin Forsett runs it in, and the Bears win 42-36. Less than a year ago, the Baltimore Ravens gave head coach Brian Billick a contract extension through 2010. Today, they fired him. The 53-year-old won a Super Bowl in 2000. This season, he was just 5-11. Iowa Stars in action right now over at Wells Fargo. They're up 2-1. We'll have highlights at 10.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Yeah. We'll be right back.
approve this message.
A home and a good job. The American dream started in towns like Newton, Iowa, with companies like Maytag. This October, Maytag closed its doors forever. 1,800 jobs lost, while our government gives tax breaks to companies that move jobs offshore. John Edwards knows the Maytag closing jeopardizes a way of life. He says it's time to end tax breaks for companies that move good jobs offshore. Give voice to your values. Tell John Edwards he's right. Paid for by Working for Working Americans and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
We don't have to imagine the crises the next president will face. Ending the war and bringing our sons and daughters home safe. Preventing a meltdown in Pakistan. Keeping nuclear weapons out of the hands of terrorists. For 35 years, Joe Biden has been tested and made the tough decisions that have protected our nation and saved lives. Isn't that what we need in this office?
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Hurry to get the best deals at your Chrysler dealer during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Chrysler vehicles, like the new Chrysler Aspen.
And make no payments till summer on all Chrysler vehicles, including the all-new Town & Country.
And the fuel-efficient 30 miles per gallon Chrysler Sebring.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, Chrysler's lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hurry to save your Chrysler dealer today, because the event of a lifetime ends in 2 days.
Some people say I have too much experience to run for president. But the more you hear my opponents, the more you wonder whether they have enough. I've spent my life bringing Democrats and Republicans together to create real change. I know I can win the general election, and I am ready to be president. I'm Chris Dodd. I'd appreciate your support on caucus night. I approve this message because it's time America had a president with the experience to lead.
Wow, look at this.
Let's
Imagine
go down to Ed.
Eve.
Is Ed there? We're going to get
hear
a
him.
final word of the forecast. I guess not.
I hear nothing, so
Okay.
I say no, he's
Well,
not there.
it's Imagine Eve, and at 8:10 they're going to have the fireworks, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you can still get out there for the fireworks.
There is time, and we'll see you again at 10.
Happy New Year.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message. And America is listening. Not just Democrats, but Republicans and independents who've lost trust in their government, but want to believe again. I am in this race to tell the corporate lobbyists that their days of setting the agenda in Washington are over. I have done more than any other candidate in this race to take on the lobbyists, and I have won. They have not funded my campaign, and they will not drown out the voices of the American people when I am president. I'm in this race to take those tax breaks away from companies that are moving jobs overseas and put them in the pockets of hardworking Americans who deserve it.